Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to your Wednesday afternoon edition of WRMK News 12. Let's begin right now. First up, son arrested in connection with suspected homicide in Laconia. A 32-year-old man has been taken into custody following a suspected homicide in Laconia on Tuesday afternoon, according to local authorities. Police responded shortly after 1:30 p.m. to a residence at 52 Old Prescott Hill Road. Upon arrival, officers discovered the body of 58-year-old Linda Dion inside the home. Officials also located Dion's son, identified as Christopher Garon, at the scene. He was subsequently arrested in connection with his mother's death. Garon has been charged with second-degree murder and is currently being held without bail. He is expected to be arraigned Thursday. A previously scheduled arraignment on Wednesday morning was postponed after court officials said Garon could not be brought in due to behavioral issues. Authorities have not yet released details about the circumstances surrounding Diron's death or the exact of Garon's alleged involvement. An autopsy is scheduled for Wednesday to determine the official cause and manner of death. Authorities investigate suspicious death in Laconia. Separate homicide probe underway. Police are investigating a suspicious death in Laconia, according to the New Hampshire Attorney General's office. Officials with the Laconia Police Department discovered the body of an adult male inside a South Main Street residence Tuesday morning while conducting a welfare check. Officials said authorities secured the scene, taping off the property as investigators documented both the interior and exterior of the home. Residents in the area expressed shock at the incident. Few details have been released, but officials emphasized there is no threat to the public. The man's identity has not been disclosed. An autopsy is expected to be conducted to determine the cause and manner of death. Later Tuesday evening, the Attorney General's office announced it was also investigating a suspected homicide on Old Prescott Hill Road. Officials said the two cases are not believed to be connected. Anyone with information is urged to contact the New Hampshire State Police tip line at 603-628-8477. Trump signals optimism as Iran war nears potential end aimed economic concerns. Donald Trump has expressed optimism that the ongoing war involving Iran could be nearing an end, even as concerns grow over the conflict's economic impact. In recent remarks, Trump said the conflict is very close to being over, pointing to renewed diplomatic efforts and the possibility of additional peace talks aimed at extending a fragile ceasefire. The comments come as global markets and policymakers continue to monitor the financial fallout from the war. The conflict has disrupted oil supplies and contributed to rising energy costs, fueling border economic uncertainty and inflation concerns worldwide. Despite these pressures, Trump has indicated confidence that negotiations could soon bring an end to hostilities, potentially easing both geopolitical tensions and economic strain. Boston marks One Boston Day with acts of kindness and remembrance. Residents and visitors across Boston are being encouraged to honor One Boston Day on Wednesday through acts of kindness, commemorating the unity shown in the aftermath of the Boston Marathon bombing 13 years ago. The annual observance includes a memorial event along Boylston Street where the attacks occurred. In a statement, Boston Mayor Michelle Wu called on the community to come together in remembrance. I hope everyone will join their neighbors today in honoring those we lost and celebrating the love that makes Boston a home for everyone, she said. A wreath-laying ceremony took place at 10 a.m. in Bells at Old South Church are scheduled to ring at 2:49 p.m., marking the exact moment the bombs detonated. 3 people were killed in the attacks. Also, an officer with the Massachusetts Institution of Technology Police Department was fatally shot by the Sinai Harv brothers days later. Dennis Simon, a Boston police officer who participated in the search for the suspect in Watertown, later died from injuries sustained during the pursuit. As spring arrives in Boston each year, we are remembered of the hope and spirit of our city, said Bill Richard, whose son Martin were among those killed. Richard later established a foundation in his son's honor. Ways to participate today for One Boston in the Remembrance Day. City officials and partner organizations have outlined several ways for the public to take part in One Boston Day. Volunteer projects citywide, neighborhood cleanup is scheduled for Saturday, April 18th at Franklin Park Play Stand. Also, there are acts of kindness. Residents are encouraged to perform simple acts of kindness throughout their neighborhoods during the day and week. One Boston Day continues to serve as a tribute to relentless remembrance and community strength in the face of tragedy. Manchester School District considers changing start times, seeks family feedback. The Manchester School District is exploring potential changes to school start times and is asking families to weigh in through a new survey. District officials are considering a plan that would shift schedules across grade levels, including later start times for middle and high school students, and an earlier start time for elementary schools. Administrators say the proposal is aimed at better aligning with students' natural sleep patterns while also improving transportation efficiency. Under the proposal, elementary schools would begin at 7:25 a.m., about an hour earlier than current schedules. Middle school would start at 8:25 a.m., an hour later, while high schools would begin at 7:58 a.m. The district eliminates the staggered schedule could save approximately $600,000. The superintendent said the potential savings are tied to more efficient bus usage. And that's because we can equip up the buses in different ways. And we can also do our loops in a different way, she said. If that means we can pull a couple of buses off the road and have them ready to go for the end of day activities, that would be in the best interest of the district. Families are expected to review surveys this week outlining the potential benefits and challenges of the proposed changes. District leaders are also reviewing research on how school start times affect student sleep and academic performance. The superintendent also said early feedback from the community has been mixed, with varying options emerging on social media as the district continues to evaluate the proposal. And that does it for this Wednesday afternoon edition of WRMK News 12 at noon. Thank you for tuning in and watching, and have a great rest of your Wednesday, everyone. See you back here tomorrow for another broadcast. Goodbye.